Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle. Well, plenty argue, Jim, that Lothar Matthäus is the complete footballer. Do you think so?
Yeah, he's a goal-scoring number 10 and a sweeper all in one. That's a pretty unique skill set. His career is all about leadership, glory and superb character.
And not a few goals, actually.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And the counter is on. And no, he's seen through all of that. Caceres. Matthäus. Saliba. Schneider. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And here's Dembele. It's Dembele! And he has kicked it out somehow.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Punched away. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Now it's Batistuta. Zanetti. No goals as yet. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. No foul, says the referee. Now he's got space here. Kaká wants to run onto this. Matthäus. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Nepal
really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence.
Shot at goal! Goal! Barcelona! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Barcelona have taken the lead.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Vinicius Junior receives it in a wide position. Bullet with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. Pirlo cuts out the pass. And he was quick to react. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Chiellini. Out towards the flank. Looking to play him in.
There will be 1 minute added
And
time.
he's whipped it across. And they've managed to get rid. Dembele. That's it, 45 minutes up. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Nepal currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. And we are back underway.
Nepal really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Batistuta! Wide, but only just.
Oh, he overcooked that one, aiming for perfection, and he got it slightly wrong.
back to the goalkeeper. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Silvestre is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Oh, that's been cut out, well played. Schneider. Now it's Hullet. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And the finish! And needless to say, that deserved better.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Corner number 2 then. That's a decent clearance. Hullet shoots! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Nepal really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Corner number 3 coming up. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. And that has left him in a heap. And now a sudden chance to counter. He can run onto that. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Substitution on the field. Number 23, Hullet.
So we have movement on
Number
both
5,
benches.
Schneider. Coming on the field, number 14, Messi. Number 17,
Barcelona are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Substitution.
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. And here's Batistuta. Vinicius Junior. Big chance! And that's a tiny finish. And there's the goal they've been looking for. A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Barcelona are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
He's found a way through. Messi running with the ball. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Maldini makes the interception. Pirlo. Bellingham. Bellingham charging forward, the ball at his feet. Tries one from range!
4 added minutes has been indicated.
And it's De Rossi. He's on it, can he get it? And the shot! No, just not quite.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Well seen. And time is up. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit, and those are very good qualities that might have got them something on another day. Sadly, not today.
And a quick reminder
So what do you
today,
take away from it
everybody,
all,
to
Jim?
make sure to put
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Who do you, Jim, see making a difference here?
Well, Peter, I've been hugely impressed with what I've seen so far from this guy, Jude Bellingham. You don't become a regular at one of Europe's leading teams at 17 unless you're very, very special. And he's the epitome of, if you're good enough, you're old enough.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. And we have our very first corner. It's really well cleared. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Great ball if he can get there. And he was alert to it. Bellingham. Messi ventures forward. Ball played for Nesta. Bellingham. Eto'o. Can he finish? Donadoni. And he cuts out the supply. Played out wide. Costa Curta. Iniesta plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Oh, important interception. Nicely spread.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
That's beautifully weighted. And he was quick to react. Neither side yet able to find the net. Rijkaard. Now he's got space here.
Nepal are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
Lahm is one whose deliveries we all know about. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Iniesta. Spread it left. Now it's Hullet. It's played through for him. Del Piero. He's got away. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Now that's well seen too.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. Okay, initially he...
Rafinha! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Rafinha clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Rafinha with the short one. Nepal are looking to go forward now. Now it's Platini, and he's managed to get free. Platini steaming forward at pace. Ball's gone out of play. That has been cut short. Somewhat off target. Shoots! And it's a goal!
That couldn't have been a more potent injection of belief for this team. Top man, top drawer.
And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
So we have the first
There
goal.
will be 1 minute
Look,
added
it's
time.
Eto'o! And again, he is at his elastic best.
Eto'o really can't believe it. Foiled by the keeper again.
And this could be the final action of the first half. And it's been taken short. And that is the end of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Nepal coming in at half-time, leading by 1-0.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football, plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Nepal just ahead here in a tight game. They are 1-0 to the good. And we are back on the way. Nepal leading courtesy of the game's only goal. Now it's Del Piero. Donadoni receives it in a good position here. Del Piero. Big chance! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Del Piero is offering a wry smile there.
It's their second corner of the game. Gattuso is there to clear. And it's Guardiola. Maldini is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. And here's Gullit. Gullit showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And here's Gullit. Donadoni. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Saliba gets a foot in here.
Munich really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
Gattuso was in no mood for any of that.
Nepal couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through. They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. And the score is 1-0. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Caresses it through. And he's quick to return it. Oh, super! Del Piero!
Nepal really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
That pass isn't the best. And that is as far as it goes. Nepal have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it. Del Piero
Just a
picking
quick
up the
reminder
Man of the
today,
Match
please
award.
refrain
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography,
Hello,
the
everybody,
camaraderie.
and welcome
The
to
fans have
today's
pulled out
match.
all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So things are underway. Well, this is a guy who has pushed back the boundaries year on year. A brilliant maverick who just seems to go on and on.
Yeah, he's simply the boss, Peter. Everyone else, including us, just the supporting cast in an act where he will always take centre stage.
In the Zlatan show, Zlatan is the only star.
I'm not arguing.
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there. It's Hazard! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Hazard clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Oh, good climb! Oh, he's been caught napping. It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
Well, it's been a very attacking start here. It's looking good for them if they can maintain what we've seen.
He leaps for it! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
What a pass, one that literally dropped into his path. It was asking to be finished.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Oh, that's well spotted. Nepal, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. And this is Dembele. Pirlo. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, good spread.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Donatoni crosses it in. Well, that's been dealt with. Lampard threads one in. Saliba promptly onto that, and that is that. Well, they could break here. Lampard. Pull it. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Pull it. And he's managed to get free. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Pirlo, well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, that's been cut out, well played. Now it's Hullet. Well timed, excellent interception. Rijkaard. Hullet with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. Nice looking ball. And that interception. And that brings the first half to a close. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Some first half thoughts?
Well,
And
simply
now,
put,
please
Peter,
turn
they haven't
towards
been
the
good
screen
enough
for
to
a
trouble the
special
opposition.
presentation
They
featuring
need
our
to play
guest
with more
performers
courage in the
today.
second half and a lot more intent.
So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock. The score 0-0. So we're underway for the second half.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Can he get on the end of this? This is Dembele. Real chance! Hazard is the guilty party there. And he is going into that little black book. He won't be happy with that one. And it's Dembele. And he's lost his man here. And that's a dangerous ball. Donadoni unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now that's well seen too. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Well, that pass isn't the best. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. Tigres appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signal.
Bullet! And a neat finish! It is the pick-me-up they all long for. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Tigres have penetrated. Goes for a shot! And no mistake. Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Tigres shoots! Relentless! Just relentless! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Ibrahimovic demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Tigres find a position of decent chance!
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
Now it's Hazard, and he's intervened well there. Marcelo. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Well, the idea was a good one, but the execution of it, not quite so.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
There will be 4 extra minutes. And there goes the final whistle. Nepal have very little in the way of excuses here, simply having no answer to a display that... So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion.
Hello,
The
everybody,
game yet
and
to kick
welcome
off.
to today's
The
match.
excitement already palpable. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So it's down to business here. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, this guy, Rodri, is a player I like a lot, and he's someone who quietly gets on with his job by doing a lot of the simple things exactly right. His game's all about playing short balls, forming triangles, and his speed of thought is actually quite impressive, and it often keeps him away from trouble.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. Has a look and plays it forward. Oh, the defence just about... And Boyan! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Colombia with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Impressive jump! Goal! Colombia! A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Nepal are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. And he's managed to get free.
Nepal really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Pull it. And the shot! They want to be quick to recover this. It's a pretty loose pass. Lampard. And here's Del Piero. Del Piero! Oh, split-second reaction.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And that should get the job done. Colombia are looking to go forward now. Saliba kept his eye on it, and he's there. Roberto Carlos is one whose deliveries we all know about. Oh, nicely intercepted. De Rossi. Pirlo. It's Lampard. Fermin. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Olmo. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Nesta. And he's lost his man here. Oh, look at the space here. It's run loose, who's going to get there? There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Driving on and making... And pull it! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Oh, the ball's gone astray. Lampard looking for the chance to skim one in from range. Maldini. Oh, this looks sharp.
2 added minutes has been
Pinches
indicated.
it off him. Oh, that is a nice touch. Bullet ploughing through the... Bullet! And the referee has signalled for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Nepal go in at half-time with a game to chase.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. And we are back underway.
Nepal really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Dani Olmo. And he welcomes it in. Oh, what has happened here? He's had a shot! And he's stuck it away! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Colombia are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
And it's Michel Platini. Well, that looks a decent ball. That's the keeper's ball. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. That's an imaginative pass. And this is Pato. Roberto Carlos has it out wide and in space. He's picked his way through. Delivers the ball. He's rising! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. It was a great header. The invitation was irresistible and the finish unerring.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
A case now of complete control. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, important interception. Now it's Pato. Dani Olmo. He's beaten the last. Dani Olmo! And that's off target.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo gets on his bike and on the move.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
And it's Pato! And a neat finish! Just cruising! They are cruising! Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Colombia are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that. And that will be the final act. Nepal cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable, who simply... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the
Hello,
stadium,
everybody,
and the
and
players on the
welcome to
pitch are
today's
raring
match.
to go any minute now. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Things already rolling.
Well, Peter, there's goalkeepers, and there are great goalkeepers, and then there's Oliver Kahn. He's in a league of his own.
While he is a goalkeeping icon, isn't he? The man famously known as King Khan by some. He's belligerent, he's brazen, but he's utterly brilliant.
And never in a mood to accept failure. There's that body language he's always talking about. No wonder he instills both respect and fear in opponents.
Donatoni, well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Messi. Rijkaard. Oh, strongly challenged there. And this is Adriano. Oh, that's delightful. Thuram does really well to win the ball there. Pull it. First quarter of an hour gone. Tries to pass it through.
Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break out soon.
And here's Ribéry! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Nepal are looking to go forward now.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
He's having a hit! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Knocks it into space. Well, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Takes on his marker. Oh, some astute defending there. Gattuso is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Pull it. Pull it. Makes a move down the right. Now that looks a decent ball. That has been cut short. Rijkaard. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Looking for options for Mouchard, surely! That was superb goalkeeping!
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Getting up there! It's there! Great corner, and he did the rest.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
The goal scorer after 37 minutes is number 15, Rijkaard.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Great shapes to shoot! And that's in! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
We're looking at a different game now.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from...
And that is the end of the first half. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Any thoughts on all this so far, Jim?
Well, I think we got a good indication of what both sides want to do, Peter. I suspect both will continue with their respective approaches, give or take the odd fine-tuning.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. And we're already back up and running after half-time. Nesta. Rijkaard. Donatoni is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. And this is Adriano. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Saliba. That's a cute ball. Oh, Red, nice interception. Dembele being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
And this is Dembele. He's picked his way through. Gattuso defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Some really good ball movement. Ribéry.
Chad really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
He's got away. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Thuram. Donatoni. He's had it taken off him. Aimed beyond the defence. Van der Sar can clear it away. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Oh, he's been caught, and the shot! And how did he not put that away?
Adriano has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
No, that's been intercepted. Oh, that's well spotted. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Kaká! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Thuram getting this one clear.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And this is Dembele. And that's it. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks winner, of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. Rijkaard voted man of the match, and deservedly so.